This week, Call of Duty will be doing an event with some streamers like Tim, Dr. Lupo, and even a Tarkov streamer, Landmark, on showing off DMZ and Warzone 2. We are officially a week away from its official release, and I'm very excited. But before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys a huge favor. Please subscribe. It's free to you and helps me out a lot. It helps me support the channel and keep making these videos like I do right now. It also gives me a huge confidence boost. With that being said, let's continue the video. So this video, we're going to be talking about factions in Call of Duty. Factions already exist in Call of Duty. You can see them in Modern Warfare's multiplayer. And in this year, they are called Spec Crew and Cortac. Spec Crew is like your people like Soap, Farah, Price, Ghost. They're all included in that Spec Crew group, which kind of confused me at first because I was like, well, Spec Crew sounds a lot like Spec Snaz, so it might be like some kind of Russian, group. But no, it actually is Price and all them. I just never noticed the name. And Cortac is seemingly the bad guys of the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer universe. But if those were the two playable factions, which they are currently, who are the enemy factions if Cortac already exist? And I have some theories about this. The cartel is a very feasible enemy faction group for the AI because, well, it's in Mazrah, which was apparently, ran by the cartel, and then also ties into the campaign where a lot of the campaign you deal with the cartel. But there's also another group that I think could be behind this, and it's not the big one yet. I just got to get these out of the way. You also deal with Russians in the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, which makes me believe that there might be some stronger AI types out there that's like the Russian military. If you don't remember, in the game, they are the first ones you run into with all the armor and shit on. They're the strong ones. So, who are the big guys? Who are the guys that I'm super sure that will be in this DMZ mode? Who's the biggest faction, the scariest ones? They're basically like the Tarkov bosses, you might say. And I really want to say it's probably going to be Shadow Company. Just because Graves is dead does not mean that Shadow Company all of a sudden ceases to exist. They're still out there, they're still scattered, and they're probably scattered around Mazrah just like we are trying to survive and get out. They probably are too. So you might be running into some Shadow Company. But what if I gave a twist to this? What if I gave a twist that Tarkov took? The only reason why I bring that up is because this game is trying very hard to be Tarkov, basically. I mean, they're even bringing in Tarkov streamers like Landmark to test the game. So what really puts it out there for them to not copy even further? In Tarkov, their factions are USEC, Bear, and the Scavs. USEC is United Security, which is the American equivalent, PMC kind of thing. They're almost like Shadow Company in a way when you really think about it. But then you have Bear, which is the Russian PMC group. And in the Tarkov universe, there is basically a PMC war that happens, and Scavs are just regular people. They're just trying to survive. They are the aftermath of a society that's been plagued by war between companies. This is a PMC war, private military company war. So Scavs aren't really the bad guys, but we treat them as the bad guys in the game. And mostly that's because of, they attack you, and also the task and everything have to deal with killing Scavs, killing these Scav guards, Scav bosses. These are all just normal people for the most part. Maybe not Tagilla, but for the most part, they're normal people who have been forced into this life of surviving and doing all this shit that they shouldn't be able or shouldn't be worrying about. But we are basically the bad guys. If you really think about it, we are United Security or Bear, who were the founders of this whole entire war, or at least our companies were, and we're fighting each other. So what is stopping Call of Duty from copying this exact idea? And you actually are a Shadow Company PMC and then maybe some kind of other PMC choices. It kind of makes sense in a way. It kind of adds more of that, like, you are stranded in this place with no help, basically, and you have to loot, get out, survive, and then use that loot to survive even more. That would make perfect sense, right? You are Shadow Company. You are very sparse across the map of Mazrah, and you're just trying to survive. I think that'd be very badass. But how does that explain the other people, right? Because Shadow Company was pretty well put together. They were brothers in arms. They're all American, basically, and they all work together. So why would they just start killing each other? Well, you could go with the argument that PMCs will do anything for a buck. They're basically mercs. Or you could go with a different story and say that there's another PMC group that they're fighting against. This is why I like these speculation videos. I get to talk about anything I want to, and then anything that I say, or, you know, whatever I spout in this bullshit, it could be true, it could be false, but we'll find out on Wednesday when they do the actual, you know, stream, unless if they keep that stuff under wraps, which I don't see a point at this point. There's no point to it. We already know a lot of the task. We already know a lot of the loot items. At this point, they might as well just put it all on the table and show us, hey, these are the factions, these are the different places. We already know a lot of the Warzone map itself, especially after they showed us it. So we already know, like, everything, except for the key details that we need to know. But anyways, I know it's a shorter video today, but I just wanted to get this off my mind. I've been thinking about it all week. I think that would be pretty cool in general. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked the video, again, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And if you're finding me for the first time, hello, my name is Cenox, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.